Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Star Trek Online. As always, I'm your host, J-Square John Jeremy, and last we left off, we had encountered a new mission type, where not receiving one from Admiral Quinn, but instead from a third party, Franklin Drake. Now, we have to actually accept Franklin Drake's mission via the comm system, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. By going back and replaying this mission, because for some reason the game audio refused to record, so we're doing this again. It's called Skirmish. An unexpected enemy returns when your ship is called to battle in the neutral zone.
We have reports of a true wave fleet entering the neutral zone and picking a fight with the Klingons near the Donatu system. Having two of our enemies fight is good for the Federation, but I want to know why the True Way is so far out of their territory. Intercept them and deal with them. If you need to engage the Klingons as well, do so. A Starfleet task force has already been sent to the area. You'll need to join them in the Donatu system as soon as possible.
So we'll go ahead and receive some experience for this and goodies. Now, while we're also doing this, take a look at our new ship here. This is the USS Crusader Queen B, a heavy escort. And we have replaced our older ship with this guy because we are now currently Commander rank 22. So this guy here has been decked out with level 6 gear. Thank you very much, Deadman, for your continued contribution to the cause. And what I've noticed so far about this ship is that she packs a punch, but she's also pretty glass-like. She doesn't fare so well in fights compared to our other ships as far as taking damage is concerned. She can give out damage, for sure, but she has trouble with taking damage. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the Donatu system right over here for Skirmish. Captain, I'm picking up multiple hostile contacts, both Klingon and True Way. I can understand the Klingons being here. They've been trying to claim the system for months. But why the True Way normally don't leave Cardassians... Okay. But why the True Way normally don't leave Cardassian space? That's not a complete sentence, folks. But why the True Way? Normally they don't leave Cardassian space. It's very simple. Alright, you can add a period, add the word they, and you're good. But you didn't. Why? Okay. They're refusing to respond to our hail, sir. We may have to board one of their ships to get some answers. Defeat some enemy forces here. The question is, where is the enemy? Oh! All around me! Okay, well, you know, that's gonna be a thing. Increase power to shields here. Explode things. Shields are failing already. Great. They're cloaking. Fantastic. That's exactly what we need. And here's what I mean about the ship not being able to take a lot of damage. We're in a bit of a problem. This is definitely a spot of... oh god, oh no, pain, ow, 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 all pain, yes, pain. Still a thing. And we're about to die. Oh god, 6% health. Shields! We're so close to death, it's not even funny. Kill it! Oh my god, the pain! The pain is real, folks. Take items. Take items. Someone still attacking me? Yep, you, the damn bird of prey, you. Get the hell out of here.
Target shield has failed.
Kill it. Okay, okay. Now we're just gonna hang back here, let the fleet do its work while we recover as we were at the lowest. I think we were at 8% health. Not a good thing. So we'll let them go ahead and fight it out while we recover. Oh, there's a Gaylord class a little bit close. Jump at our attack ship also kind of close. Not a fan. Go away. Go away. Outside. Damn it!
Is under attack.
Got too close.
Target shield has failed.
Kill it!
Hull integrity below 25.
No!
Core shield failing. Right shield failing.
No failing shields, please.
Rear shield failing.
No, please. I want to live. I want to live. Exploding thingy. Oh, no. Death. It's kind of a thing. Well, we exploded. Great. Now we need to respawn. Luckily, we're playing on normal difficulty, surprisingly enough, so we don't actually encounter... There's no penalty for us exploding compared to if we were playing on hard or elite difficulty, in which case there would be potential ship injuries that we would have to treat with components. But now we're refreshed and back into the battle. As soon as we find a ship we can attack, like the Axon here.
Warning.
Why I fired my photon torpedoes first, I'm not too sure, but okay. There you go. Axon has been disabled. That leaves just you, this one ship over here. Gaylord class. Gotta defeat the Klingon, gotta defeat the Gaylord ship. Cardassian, true way, nonsense. It's dead. Yep. Alright, now what were you saying, Flores? The Cardassian flagship, the Axon, has been disabled, sir. Her warp core is stable for now. Recommend we get a closer look. Very well. Beam to the Axon. Captain, Cardassian security teams are already starting to move in on our position. We should expect heavy resistance. No? I don't want to have resistance. Kill everything and everybody around. Oh, grenade, ow. Should have ran forward instead of backwards. Good job, John. It's called tactics. Glad you failed that lesson in the academy. Alright, that's all clear. Heading over this way. I've apparently healed 15,000 damage. Got an accolade for that. Kill more Cardassians. Sorry. Incapacitate the Cardassians. Can't say kill. We don't kill people in this game, apparently. We incapacitate them. Even though we blow up their ships, apparently every single one of them makes it to an escape pod and survives. Because that's family friendly. Speaking of family friendly, by the time this video comes out, the Discovery's premiere has happened, and we'll talk about that in just a second. That should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect the Cardassians to give up that easily, though. They will probably send more security teams to intercept us. Well, you know, potentially could be a thing. Yeah, so Discovery's premiere happened on Sunday, and I enjoyed it. You know, I won't lie. There were obviously some things that I am hesitant about, and some parts of the episode, or episodes in this case, is that it was a two-parter, are stronger than others. But I am intrigued by the series and want to watch more. which is good, for sure. I do think this pilot was a stronger pilot than Broken Bow, which was Star Trek Enterprise's pilot. Umbral. Oh, got one. No grenade. Okay, we're good. What was I saying? Yes. So I believe it was a stronger pilot than Broken Bow was. If only because we didn't have to go through the motions of like launching a ship for the very first time again. These are already ships in commission, so we saw people already, you know, working in tandem as a crew. Captain, did you see that? See what? Investigate the dead Cardassian. Captain, what were those things? Sir, this Cardassian doesn't have any wounds on him, but my readings show that he was dead before we entered the room. I recommend that we find a medkit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what happened to him. If he was attacked by those creatures, we need to be cautious. Any contact may be lethal. Okay, so we'll look for a medkit here. Now, obviously, the biggest, controversy is that Star Trek Discovery is primarily a streaming series. It's available through the CBS All Access streaming service instead of, say, directly on the CBS channel, network TV, or through a distributor like Netflix, for example. Now, my take on the whole thing is, number one, what was that? There was again. Is there something wrong with the environmentals on this ship? Potentially. My take on it is that they can, I mean, the service itself is no different than, let's say, HBO Now. You know, as far as HBO wanted to have their shows on a streaming service. Now, would I have liked it to be a television series as well? Sure, but I haven't watched TV in years. I don't own a television, so I'm glad that it's available via streaming service, that's for sure. Would I wish that I didn't have to pay for it? Sure, you know, but it's $5. $5. It's not that hard. But John, it's the principle of the matter. Well, is it though? Patient admitted with a fractured tibia suffered while in the holodeck. The bone was splinted and treated with a regenerator. Patient returned later complaining of pain in the treated leg as well as an elevated body temperature. Patient was then treated with a T-cell stimulator to stave off any possible infection. Patient's condition continued to worsen while they were being continually treated to boost their immune response. Patient died 6.2 hours after injury. Due to the extreme rate of deterioration in the patient, an infection is unlikely. Fear of a contagious agent being responsible has resulted in quarantine protocols being enacted. The cause of death has yet to be determined. Corpse will be placed in stasis field pending further examination by the CMO. So, there you go. Now, something that I do feel that there is right to be perturbed about, upset about even, is that the pilot itself was split into 2 episodes, one being available through TV and one being available only through CBS All Access. I would have had the entire pilot be available on television, and then immediately at the end of that episode, point them in the direction of CBS All Access. That would have been my position on it. Patient admitted with a plasma burn caused by an exploding EPS conduit. The wound was treated using a protoplaser, and the patient was admitted to sickbay for sedation and observation. The patient suffered a neurological event resembling a cerebral vascular accident while sedated and was unable to be resuscitated. Further examination into the patient's death is pending an autopsy by the CMO. I'm trying to think. I don't want to spoil for those that have been those that are waiting to watch it. Sir, this Cardassian looks to have died from the same cause as the Cardassian we examined in the mess hall. We need to find a medkit to know more about what happened to them. Use medkit. All the medical equipment in this kit is sterilized and ready for use. Protoplasm. Protoplasm is a device used to treat minor lacerations and burns by removing scar tissue and stimulating the patient's normal bioregenerative processes. Probably not going to work on a dead man. T-cell stimulator. T-cell stimulator is a device used to increase the patient's natural immune responses in order to stave off and or treat infections caused by bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms. Again, probably not a good idea to use that on a dead man. Probably not going to do much, if anything at all. Let's see what we got over here. Patient admitted with a severe laceration suffered while working in engineering. The wound was closed using an auto suture, and the patient was released with instructions to refrain from active duty and to return for examination in 24 hours. The patient returned as instructed, complaining of headache, elevated body temperature, and nausea. White cell count was elevated, and preliminary analysis showed signs of systemic infection resulting from contamination of wound site. The patient was held in sickbay for treatment and observation. However, the infection spread rapidly, and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regime was formulated, but also proved unsuccessful. The patient's vital function ceased. Cause of death: circulatory system failure resulting from sepsis. The patient's body has been prepared for transport back to Cardassia Prime. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting the feeling that this medical team here, not the best medical team. Patient admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with hydrocortisone and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours later, saying that neither the medication nor rest had helped. Patient was treated with a larger dose of hydrocortisone and admitted to sickbay for observation. During this period, patient fell unconscious and was unable to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a neurolite probe to obtain a sample of brain tissue. Examination of the neural tissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma that would result in headaches or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Yeah, the CMO, not really on top of their game. Patient admitted complaining of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held for overnight observation, during which condition worsened. Patient died at 23:52 hours. Quarantine protocol is put in place on CMO's orders, and a level-8 force field is in use to prevent the spread of unknown, possibly infectious agent. The force field may not be disabled without command-level voice authorization. An autopsy of the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no signs of trauma or infection, which would explain the patient's demise. The cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. I'm trying to think what else we can talk about without being spoiler-ish. I love the main theme. I am a fan of that. The credits themselves, the main opening credits, iffy on. And I'll discuss that in a minute. Let's use the laser scalpel. Laser scalpel is a finely tuned laser emitter used to make incisions during medical procedures. This device can be tuned for different wavelengths to achieve different cutting strengths and depths. Captain, I don't think this tool will help us determine the cause of death of the Cardassian in the mess hall. Cutting into the body without any way to examine the exposed organs will not provide us with any further insights into what killed the Cardassians. Okay. How about that other autopsy thing? What was it? The probe? Neurolite probe. A device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. Well, since they're dead, probably recovery time is 0. Captain, that tool should give us better insight into the cause of death for the Cardassians in the mess hall. If we can use the neurolite probe to obtain a sample of one of the Cardassians' brain tissue, we may be able to determine the cause of death. So we have to conduct the autopsy on the Cardassian. So yes, I like the music. I think the main theme I can live with, but I don't know if I liked it a lot. I'm okay with it, but it wasn't like every even Enterprise, every main credits was all about space and exploration. This one was kind of artsy and focused on individual elements of the Star Trek universe, but it didn't show. Well, I mean, like, it showed the ship in general, in like abstract form, flying around, but I guess it was. I mean, you know, who knows? Like I said, I can live with it. The neurolite probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. Sir, there's a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There is a science lab across the hall from the medbay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Okay, very well. Now, one thing I do like, and some people don't, is the new way that they are kind of delving into the story. It is different, far different than any other version of Star Trek before. But I'm okay with it, especially in a serialized format like what Discovery is going to be. I know that I was talking with somebody who in fact had no idea that Discovery was going to be serialized, and that the entire story of the first season revolves around one storyline. In the past, Star Trek has primarily been more of a syndicated show where each episode kind of stands on its own, save for a couple 2-parters and 3-parters, and like a season. In Enterprise was serialized, and then obviously the Dominion War kind of overarching story in DS9. Anyway, define parameters for scan query. Plasma, electroplasma, used by several known species as a means of transferring power from a central power source to outlying areas of the ship. Probably don't need to do that. Fission, common energy source for non-faring space races, provides a large amount of power with relatively little special knowledge. Probably doesn't need to do that. Omega energy. All information on Omega energy is classified. Scan for it! There are no Omega molecules anywhere inside the ship. Captain, what are Omega molecules? Nope, you don't need to know that, Tavrel. You don't need to know that. Polaric ions. Used as a form of energy, however, they are highly volatile and prone to subspace chain reactions. Scan. No polaric ions anywhere in the ship. Okay? What about trialic waves? A result of a process called selective molecular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter to energy. Scan. I'm picking up a large concentration of trialic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Trialic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians would be subject to the same deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use trialic energy. I'd suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the trialic waves probably is responsible for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. Very well. Onwards. As soon as I figure out where to go. This way. Captain, it's headed for the bridge. What is? Oh. Things are going blue. That's not the door. This is the door. Hello. Kill the visitors. Kill the gray aliens. All aliens must die. So if you don't remember who these aliens are, I'd suggest you take a look at your history books to Star Trek The Next Generation. Pretty sure it was season 4 and 5? The 2-parter Time's Arrow, and the arrival of the Davidians. I want to say it was 4 and 5. It might have been 5 and 6. Might have been 5 and 6. One of the two. I know it was definitely an end of season 2-parter. No. That guy's dead. Very good. Grab the goodies. Grab goodies. Grab goodies. Access bridge console. How you doing, bridge? Oh, log entries. Captain's log.
Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled or destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our successes. The chief medical officer is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate this ship at peak efficiency. I have read his report about unexplained deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough for it. I cannot let his failings disrupt our mission. Gulma Dread is looking for men of purpose to assist him. He wants leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from Federation tyranny. If all goes well, after this campaign, I will be seen as one of those leaders.
So this guy has dreams of glory and conquest, not unlike the Klingons. What's the chief engineers have to say?
Repairs to the Axon are as expected. Running low on deuterium and warp points. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems. The time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down. 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I have spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and return to conquest. Unusual spike in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Must speak to Triolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual. Letter from Maja arrived today. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the true way and return to Cardassian Prime. 6 months ago, I would have ignored her pleas. Now, I perceive. But I see no end to this fighting. Perhaps she is right.
Okay. And Science Officer's log.
Science Officer's log, stardate 86790.8. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Griffin's Comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much scientific inquiry, and it last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amounts of chronoton particles. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe.
Something I noticed. He says stardate 86790.8. This says stardate 86790.08. That would mean two different dates. I have once again caught the game in a mistake. Shocking.
The chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been, or will be, in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data. But the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon to use against the Bajoran's gods may be of enough interest to him to divert our course.
There you go. Skirmish complete. Captain, we should return to the Crusader Queen. I'm sure Starfleet Command would want to know that there are Davidians in the neutral zone. These battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Return to the ship. Okay, back in sector space now. Let's go ahead and report our success.
Are you sure you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal, or otherwise bring the Davidians into our phase variance? This is troublesome. There are pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. Let me do some digging and I will be in touch.
We got some goodies here, as well as I'll take a lockbox.
Until next time.
Very good. So our next mission from Franklin Drake will be Spin the Wheel. Before we do that, let's go ahead and just complete these assignments here. Success, 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 and success. Very good. Any more things that we can do here? Looking through, you can confiscate contraband. There you go. Have fun. You can also discipline crewmen. Oh, discipline crewmen. Discipline an errant crew member for behavior unbecoming to a Starfleet officer. Okay. Interesting. What does disaster look like in this sort of situation? I'm curious. Maybe we'll find out, along with taking on the episode Spin the Wheel next time. Hey everyone, J Square John Jeremy here. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click on subscribe and the bell icon to ensure you're kept up to date on the channel. Until next time, so long and take care.